Good morning. Calendar week 9. Making soil, saving carbons. A title I wrote before I wrote the newsletter, and I have just realised I haven't written about making soil or saving carbons, but never mind. Second spring is over, one more to go. I did not have a great week this week, and this morning when I woke up, the laptop refused to turn on. I didn't even think it was that cold. But the aluminium uni-body, which probably works perfectly well in the Cupertino sunshine, does not like getting a chill and sometimes needs a little hot water bottle treatment to engage. So we did that, and now it's on, and as a result, the newsletter is going to come out a bit late, and the pigs will have to be patient for their breakfast. But as a metaphor for keeping going and carrying on, I guess I can take it. This week, 12 weeks out from the last expected frost, I sowed a bunch of seeds. I'm not sure, did I do the peppers last week? They say you should date your seed trays. I've not really worked out why. I guess when you're starting out, it's a good idea to know when you sow things and adjust over the years. I'm old and I've managed to obtain something of a groove. I mark significant dates in the sowing and planting calendar, mostly with reference to things that are already there. Conveniently located birth and saints' days, lunar events, equinoxes, and not so much solstices. We now have sown a large variety of lettuces, broad beans, greenhouse tomatoes, some of the pumpkins, cucumbers, and the peppers. There will be more happening in the next few weeks, no rush. Unless you're a market gardener or faking it for the socials, you don't really need to panic to get every last thing in the ground as soon as possible. Not all of your plants like to be rushed. Some of them would rather go into the ground when it's already warm than to be forced into getting an early start. We did have a bunch of warm days again this week, and I got on quite well with clearing some paths and making things look a little ship-shape, if you squinted them, with the sun at the right angle. And I got the lawnmower out. I replaced the oil, pumped up the tyres, charged the battery, which had actually held on to most of its electrons over the winter, but nothing wrong with a quick boost, and did 2 mows, both of which went straight to the pigs. I don't really know what I'm going to do this week. I was expecting the snow to come back towards Thursday, Friday, but it started last Saturday. When I went to feed the pigs yesterday morning, I made deep, crunchy footprints which had entirely disappeared by the time I came back 15 minutes later. I also went to the shop, bought soya milk, so I have enough of the good stuff to keep me in tea for a while. I think I shall spend some of this week contemplating the losing battle that civilization is engaged in with itself, and weeping about mass extinctions into my PG tips. This newsletter is supposed to be somewhat lighter than the doomrist blog posts, but I don't have the time or energy to filter myself this morning. Apologies for that. If there's one thing I've been saying for the last 10, 20 years, it's that climate change makes all the bad stuff more likely. Anything that you can imagine that you'd really like not to happen is made significantly more probable by the simple act of adding heat into the global weather systems. And until we admit that, we will continue to be surprised that everything is slowly turning to shit. The number 1 project for year 1 at the barracks was Do Not Die. I wonder if society will ever adopt a similarly simple and effective approach to itself. And I apologise about that. And with continuing love to all things, love, your Pirate Ben. XO. XO.